Welcome back to another Legacy League game between Green White Lands and Mono Black Helm. Lincoln Baxter is on Green White Lands and Haley Groose is on Mono Black Helm. Lincoln kept 6 cards and Haley kept 7. Leads off on a Wooded Foothills, Mox Diamond, pitching an Urza's Saga. Haley has Leyline the Void out, which is one of the main cards in Mono Black Helm, so Lincoln's graveyard is completely worthless. Lincoln plays an Eldritch Claimer, Haley a Swamp, and passes back. Lincoln draws, it's like a Blast Zone, plays the Blast Zone, comes into play with 1 counter on it, passes the turn back. Haley plays an Ancient Tomb. Lincoln uses his Elvish Reclaimer to crop rotate away the Blast Zone to pick up a Thespian Stage. Green White Lands uses Thespian Stage and Dark Depths to make a Merit Lage. Alright, Lincoln plays a Wasteland, passes the turn again. Haley plays an Agadeem's Awakening, it looks like. She has... Or is that a City of Traders? I believe that's actually a City of Traders. Yeah, it's a City of Traders. She plays a Grief. Lincoln's thinking. He has the crop rotation, so he can fetch for a land and then crop rotate that away to get a Dark Depths, which he does. Gets a Savannah, crop rotates the Savannah for Dark Depths. Dark Depths comes into play with 10 ice counters on it. For the Grief, Lincoln reveals Wasteland. 10 ice counters on there. He can tap the Mox Diamond in the Wasteland in the Thespian Stage, targeting the Dark Depths. Legendary rule will apply. He can sacrifice the Dark Depths at that point, and then the Thespian Stage becomes a copy of the Dark Depths with no ice counters on it. It sacrifices itself, and then a 2020 Merit Lage comes into play. Lincoln untaps, draws, and then Wasteland and attacks for 23. Haley blocks with the Grief and passes the turn back, and that's the game. It's a list for Green White Lands, and the sideboard for Green White Lands is actually right this time. On to game number 2, Lincoln up 1-0. Lincoln kept 7, Haley kept 6. Haley plays an Ancient Tomb and a Chrome Mox, and it's like she puts a... Can't tell what she put underneath it. Lincoln plays his own Ancient Tomb and a Sphere of Resistance that makes everything cost 1 colorless more. Alright, there's the Agadeem's Awakening. She's going to choose to put that into play tapped, not bolt herself. She passes back to Lincoln. He wastelands the Ancient Tomb. Haley plays the second Ancient Tomb. She has 4 mana available, but with the Sphere... Alright, she plays a Dothy Voidwalker. So, now she has Leyline of the Void and Dothy Voidwalker, so Lincoln's graveyard is completely shot. It's kind of got a slow hand here. Plays a Wooded Foothills and passes the turn back. Haley attacks for 3, has Shadow, so no blocks. Lincoln fetches. Gets a Savannah. Not sure what his thought process is here. Looks like he has the crop rotation and the thespian stage or the depths in his hand. He uses swords, alright, the Dothy Voidwalker. Draws an exploration. Plays Urza Saga, and an exploration allows him to play an additional land each turn. And he plays a Windswept Heath and passes the turn. Yeah, so he did have crop rotation and a Dark Depths there, or he could have crop rotated the Savannah at the end of turn, gone and got a stage untapped, and played the Depths. I'm not quite sure what he was thinking about, but he may have just missed it. Haley attacks for 2 with her Orcish Bowmaster and Orc Army. Lincoln untaps, draws, trigger onto the Saga, goes to 2. There's the Depths. So now he's setting up for a 2020. She attacks for 2 more. Looks like he's choosing not to make a construct here, but instead, it's like he wants to crop rotate here and go for the 2020. So he crop rotates the Savannah away. Haley plays an opposition agent to shut off that crop rotation. She gets to search Lincoln's hand and library and get a land card out of it that crop rotation could have gotten. See what she chooses. She chooses to get a wasteland. Alright. It's not a bad play. She can hit on her next turn. She can choose to play that wasteland. And Lincoln has plenty of cards for that to target. The other thing that's going to happen here is when Lincoln goes to his turn, Sago is going to untap, will draw, it'll get a counter on it, and then he's forced to search his library. He's going to make a construct first. He's forced to search his library for an artifact with 1 CMC, 0 or 1 CMC, and Haley's opposition agent also gets to take that as well. So, see, she chooses the Pithing Needle, which is another wise choice, because now she can turn off Urza's Saga as well, and hold the Wasteland up for a Dark Depths combo, which makes Lincoln's deck a little harder to interact. So, plays another Saga. That's tough. So she's going to play the Wasteland and then choose to Wasteland the Depths. And then she ignored the Sphere of Resistance. So she couldn't do that turn. But looks like they both missed that. So we're going to go on to game 3. There is Haley's Mono Black Helm deck. And her sideboard. Going to game 3. Lincoln's on the play. He kept 7. Haley went to 6. Lincoln leads off with a Mox Diamond, Windswept Heath, pitching the Urza Saga into an Elvish Reclaimer. Haley Thought Seizes, Lincoln fetches. Looks like he's got a Veil of Summer in his hand, which is great against a Thoughtseize, because he gets to pick up another card, and Thoughtseize doesn't, and Thoughtseize fizzles. So she doesn't lose any life here, but She also doesn't get to peek at his hand, and he gets to basically cycle it and draw another card. Alright. Lincoln takes another draw. Thespian Stage in his hand, along with Swords of Plowshare, Windswept Heath, and looks like a Life from the Loam. So he's got a pretty good setup here, especially with him having Elvish Reclaimer out as well. He activates Reclaimer to go get a Dark Depths. With him having the Thespian Stage in hand, he's in pretty good shape here, because he can play his land and then pass it back. So next turn he has potential to make a 20/20. Urborg, now Lincoln's Dark Depths taps for a black mana as well. Haley plays a Karn, Great Creator. Like she's going to down take that immediately, go to her sideboard. I can imagine she's probably going to get a Bridge from the Below, with Lincoln threatening a 20/20. Not a Bridge from Below, I'm sorry, an Ensnaring Bridge. Also turns off Lincoln's Mox Diamond as well. Yep, she got an Ensnaring Bridge. Lincoln taps, draws, finds an Exploration, which is fantastic. He is 1 mana away from making the 20/20, but now that Karn is dead from the 3/4 Reclaimer, Mox is now powered back on, and he has Dark Depths mana. Let's see what he chooses to do here. Line he could take is Exploration, and then Loam, but chooses to pass the turn. Okay. There's a Bridge. So it's got a little bit of uphill battle here with her having a Bridge out and 1 card in hand. The Reclaimer is even turned off at the moment for attacking. Draws another Veil of Summer. He's got enough mana to draw a card, and then he can use his Diamond and the Depths because of Urborg. He draws a Forest and plays it. But he could use his Forest and his Depths to Loam, which he chooses to do, getting back. It's like a Windswept Heath, a Savannah, and this. No, he gets back the Savannah, the Horizon Canopy, and the Urza Saga. Plays the Saga and passes the turn. He could have attacked there with the Reclaimer because it's now a 1/2 again. Which could be relevant if, he has the Swords of Plowshare, Dauthi Voidwalker. So it's under a little bit of strain here because now she has a Helm, so she's one card away. She has 8 total ways to do that with Leyline of the Void and Dauthi Voidwalker, and right on time finds the Force of Vigor. So nothing to worry about here, just normal magic, finding all the right things off the top, with a Veil of Summer backup in case she finds a hand disruption card as well. Just debating on her choices here. Orcish Bowmaster. She assembles her army. Lincoln takes 1. Looks like we're going to see an end of turn Force of Vigor on the bridge and the Helm. So it's clear of that. Oh, she's going to activate the Helm and target Lincoln with it. So he's going to mill for 3-4. Doesn't hit the only other reclaimer that's in the deck. Both of those go to the graveyard. And at the end of turn, he will make a 20/20. Merit Liege comes into play. And draws a Mox Diamond. Saga up 3. Activates, makes a construct. And attacks for 20. And that is the game. Thanks everyone for watching. We will see you on the next round. Have a good night, or day, or whatever day.